Tieu Nu had been feeling the weight of recent weather changes pressing down on her fragile health. The shifting seasons brought unease and weariness, yet the rhythm of daily life demanded her presence and strength. The sun spilled warmth across the hills, a stark contrast to the unsettled feeling inside her. Despite the challenges, Tieu Nu found a way to connect with her small audience, releasing a new video that day, an offering of her life's simple truths, a quiet hope that her viewers would sympathize. She wished them all good health and peace. The morning unfolded softly. Tieu Nu prepared herself and her child for their journey up the hill, a quiet refuge where banana trees thrived in clusters, their green leaves whispering in the breeze. The air buzzed faintly with nature's gentle energy as her child's laughter mingled with the rustling leaves. Nearby, other children played, their joy infectious. Their carefree fun stirred memories in Tieu Nu, whisking her back to a childhood filled with endless afternoons beneath the sun. The hills, the trees, the earth beneath bare feet, all held memories like precious stones, quietly treasured in her heart. Bon, her child, soon drifted to sleep against her shoulder, weariness overtaking the playful spirit for a moment. The method Tieu Nu used to harvest bananas required care and attention, but it was effective. Each banana plucked was a small victory, a promise of sustenance and livelihood carried in her hands. Urgency quickened her steps, aware that the market awaited her presence. The full moon shone soft silver light over the path ahead, its glow a silent signal of market day, a day wrapped in hope and necessity. The woven basket she carried strained under the weight of the bananas, piled so high it could not contain them all. Careful fingers tied the bunches together with string, securing the precious fruit for the journey ahead. The heat pressed down relentlessly, the sun blazing fiercely in the sky, making each step heavier than the last. They had traveled since dawn, and though her mother's quiet support was a steady beacon of strength beside her, Tieu Nu knew the toll these mornings took. At the market, Tieu Nu changed her child into fresh clothes, a small gesture of care in the bustling exchange of buyers and sellers around them. These acts built a fragile shield against the world's hardships. A few bananas were left behind, allowed to ripen and sweeten for their own consumption in the days to come. The day stretched on beneath the unyielding sun. Tieu Nu laid out her harvest for the waiting crowd, her heart steady despite the uncertainty of sales. The deals came and went quickly, sometimes without the full change returned, but the spirit within her remained unbroken. Simple words of thanks punctuated the busy moments as each banana found a new home, connecting lives and stories across the market's pulse. The hill, the bananas, the market, the child, all pieces woven into a larger mosaic, a story of endurance, love, and quiet hope that carried Tieu Nu forward through each breaking dawn, a tale of a single mother walking uphill, fighting through heat and hardship to provide just enough for her small family, an ordinary yet heroic journey that few witnesses but many who live similar lives would recognize deeply. This was only the beginning of Tieu Nu's day, the morning spent harvesting swollen green bananas, the afternoon dedicated to the lively, dusty market, each step etched with challenges, each breath marked by the weight of hope. For Tieu Nu, every banana harvested was a testament to resilience, every sale a small triumph nestled within the fragile balance of everyday life. Her story was not just of a mother or a worker, but a reflection of the tender strength found in those who rise despite adversity, carrying their loved ones forward with unwavering determination. Tieu Nu returned from the market with the lingering heat of the day pressing against her skin. The sky was steeped in the soft hues of the late afternoon, a quiet contrast to the bustling scenes she had left behind. Her harvest was mostly sold, each banana a small victory against the hardship of the day. Restlessness hovered in the air as she prepared for the next part of her day, a new challenge that would shape her family's future. The old field behind her modest home lay unattended for a long time, a patch of earth waiting silently for new life. Today, Tieu Nu resolved to make a fresh start by raising ducks. The decision came from more than necessity. It was a seed of hope, a step toward stability amid uncertain days. She gathered old bamboo pieces, salvaged and weathered, turning them into a simple yet sturdy duck coop. The work was laborious, each movement deliberate and careful, combining patience with her desire to build something lasting. The field, barren but promising, became a canvas for her ambitions. The ducks arrived, tiny and fragile, peeping softly as they adjusted to their new home. Her care was immediate, gently arranging food and water, watching their instincts. The quiet comfort of nature, the rhythmic sounds of the farm, gave her a new form of solace. The ducks were not just animals to her, they were a symbol of resilience and the promise of a better tomorrow. Their small lives depended on her strength and guidance, and she embraced this responsibility with quiet determination. Tieu Nu's days were consumed by the delicate balance between tending to the ducks and managing her small livelihood. Every moment was a lesson in endurance, facing the unpredictability of weather and market demands. The sweltering heat tested her resolve, but she pushed on, finding sustenance in the routine and the small triumphs. Her child became her companion in this endeavor, learning from her mother's perseverance and the unspoken stories of survival embedded in every task. Life in the countryside was marked by simplicity and hardship woven together. The days were long and labor-intensive, the rewards often uncertain, but the spirit to endure and adapt never waned. Bananas and ducks were not just sources of income. They represented a connection to the land and a commitment to the future. Each step taken in the fields, each banana sold, and each duck nurtured formed part of the intricate tapestry that was Tieu Nu's life. The warmth of the sun faded into the coolness of the evening, bringing brief respite. Tieu Nu reflected on the challenges she faced, understanding that every moment of struggle was part of a larger narrative shared by countless others in similar circumstances. Her story was echoed in the lives of farmers across the region, people adapting to nature, embracing tradition and community, and striving to carve out a path forward despite hardship. In this rural landscape, the relationship between people and nature was intimate and essential. The rhythms of the earth dictated daily life, from planting and harvesting to raising animals and trading at the markets. The resilience of farmers like Tieu Nu was a testament to a centuries-old culture of endurance and adaptation. Through sweat and sacrifice, they preserved not only their families, but also traditions that bound them to their land and to each other. The day's work over, Tieu Nu tended to her child, now stirring awake. The bond between them was strengthened by shared struggles and quiet moments of joy. Together, they prepared for tomorrow's challenges, knowing the cycle of labor and hope would continue. Their resilience was a quiet kind of heroism, uncelebrated but deeply significant in the fabric of rural life. In the absence of grand gestures, Tieu Nu found meaning in the small acts of survival and care. Whether securing a banana bunch or crafting a duck coop, each effort was a step toward stability. The land, the animals, and her family were intertwined in this shared journey, a testament to endurance and love against the backdrop of a simple yet demanding rural existence. Her story illuminated the life of many Vietnamese farmers, marked by endurance amid adversity, bound by tradition and community, sustained by hope. The humble tasks of daily life, the reliance on the land and animals, and the ever-present balance with nature formed the foundation of their existence. These were stories of strength, quiet resilience, and love, told not in words but in the sweat and care poured into every task. Tieu Nu's world was shaped by unpredictability, the hot sun, and the constant dance with nature's whims. Yet within this, there was a powerful faith in tomorrow, a commitment to build something lasting for her child. Raising ducks on an old, forgotten field was more than survival. It was a declaration of hope and an embrace of the future. Through every season, every hardship, her spirit remained unyielding, a silent promise to those who would follow. The rural life pulsated with the ongoing cycles of growth, harvest, and renewal. Tieu Nu, like many others, stood at the intersection of tradition and change, embodying the spirit of a community deeply connected to the earth. Her journey was a reflection of the enduring human will to thrive despite challenges, to find beauty and purpose in the everyday struggle, and to nurture life against all odds. This was the story of a single mother, a farmer, and a caretaker. It was a story of bananas cut on a hill, ducks raised in humble coops, and dreams carried on tired shoulders. It was a testament to the strength of the human spirit quietly prevailing in the rhythms of rural Vietnam. The field where ducks now peeped softly, the market stalls where bananas were sold with hope, and the hills that bore witness to this resilient life. All were threads woven into the fabric of Tieu Nu's enduring story. A story of hardship, hope, and the silent courage that drives every step forward.